Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm so sorry. Life has been a challenge. It turns out if you become an academic weapon, they actually expect you to do academic work. And that just means that for me, the time I play is very rarely time where I want to stream. Because I'm listening to other things, I'm doing quests while also doing a data analysis on the side. So yeah, but I'm back, channel's back on, Still Little Teams is returning soon, and it's been a couple of versions since I last spoke to you guys. So I thought we could do a little summary of what I've done. So first of all, there's been a couple of new regions, so let's chat exploration. So within Genshin there is obviously the area that Linnea was in, which is Windcrest Peak. I got that 100%. Next we have not the lobby, we have the Temple of Space. I got that 100%. After the Temple of Space, we got the Frost Moon. Well, first we got the new part of Notcry. So if we go up, Donana Pit. I got that 100%. And then we have the Frost Moon. Now I don't think my Frost Moon is 100% because I'm 99% in the Lunar Highlands. And I'm 100% on the dark side of the moon and 100% on the Moontide Sea. So I am actually, if you catch me exploration streaming, this is why. Because we haven't finished all the explorations yet and there is Snowshire coming. So I might start doing some exploration streams. Fingers crossed. But there will be no more hiking through Teyvat. That series was fun, but it was really difficult to time. And it's just not something I'm looking to return to. However, I've also done some building and some pulling. So I assume you guys are a little more interested in the builds first. So let's just talk about the pulls first, because I did level 90 a couple of characters that I pulled. So when we check the character archive, obviously I got Linnea. That is the last video I did. I'll show you some exciting things in her build soon. And then I pulled for Prune on purpose, and let's chat about why I pulled for Prune. I really love, there's this little like hidden quest you can do. I mean, look at her, she's so fun. Where if you go to 3 different places and you interact with 3 different people, you can actually like see Prune before she released. So then when she released, I literally pulled on Nicole's banner until I got Prune. And then I thought about getting Nicole, but I actually decided against it. And the reason for that is that I wanted her to be a healer, and her not being a healer means she's not that useful for me. But I did get Lowen. I actually really love playing him. He's so much fun. And Lowen got a really exciting build, so I'm excited to share that. And then after Lowen, I clowned around a little bit. And I got early pity Mavuika. So I won 3 50/50s in a row. Which I think just means that all my luck for Snezhnaya has been used up. Not looking forward to that. But yeah, I got Mavuika, and I specifically got Mavuika because I was trying to play Morlani and it was getting really frustrating. And it turns out with Mavuika it's actually quite nice. And she has like C0 Mavuika, C2R1 Sitlali, C2R1 Chaska is a killer combo. I hit 2 million with that team. Like, my Purveyor to Punishment has been decimated. And then I got Sandrone. I actually got her at 40 pity. I wasn't going to pull her because she's a DPS. But I got her so early. And she's so much fun to play. She's so much more fun to play than Nicolette. I actually prefer her playstyle a lot because it involves a little more interacting with the kit. So yeah, so let's also chat about what we've done in like interesting builds. So, one thing I'm really excited about is I got Shenhe's Echo. I did her trial. So for those who don't know, my Shenhe is C1, R1. Her build is trash. Like, look at this absolute shit. But she is at 3,100 attack. Even like without her usual goblet. I actually gave her goblet to... Who did I give it to? I gave her goblet to Syndrome. But yeah, Shenhe just doing great. Let me just see if there's off piece I can yoink for her. No, there's no other double crit off pieces. So I think she's stuck with this one. I do have to level it. I have a couple of like Thundering Fury pieces I have to level. But yeah, so Shenhe has an Echo now. Then I picked Yaimiko on the Constellation Chooser, and I have her on Thundering Fury now because Thundering Fury is raising stellar conduct damage. Now I used this trick with Lunar Charge, and I'm going to use it with stellar conduct, where one electro character on the team is gonna have Thundering Fury if it makes sense. I've got Yaimiko on the Witsith at the moment, more out of cheesery reasons. But I put her on 57 over 233, but she's only on 142 EM, so I'm not happy with it. So I'm not happy with her attack. But I pulled a lot into her talents, which was really helpful. Then my Nahida's level 90. Let's just look at my level 90 characters, because there's a lot of them now. I used to not have a lot of level 90 characters. So I leveled Xianling and Aino quite a while ago, same with Sada. I essentially level 90 my Dendro team. So you remember when the Dendro guy from the Temple of Silence, when that one went into Stygian or Abyss, I don't know which one it was, I was trying to make Alhaitham Lunar Charge happen. So like a Lunar Hyper Bloom with Yaimiko, Lauma, and Nilo, I think. Or something like that. It didn't work. Yeah, so I was trying to make it happen with Lauma, Nilo, and Kukishinobu. My Alhaitham is still C1, and now obviously he's been leveled, but he's just not good. I do hope I can one of these days get him to be better, because he is very fun, but we're just not there. My Sino, however, I'm going to show you my Abyss runs in a bit, and Sino for this Abyss actually did the second half. So Sino's doing well. Then during the Meliastra event, I did enough to ascend my characters, and I actually do use her. I called her Maria Elise. And she works. She actually works really well. So yeah. Then who else do we have? We have Sidlali. Sidlali was level 90 before. I finally got Golden Troop for Escoffier. It's not very good. And also, I don't know when she rerun, but I have a C2 R1 Escoffier now. And she's really fun, she's really good. She's just, my Escoffier isn't good. Her artifacts aren't leveled. I'm waiting for kind of another freeze chill situation to really push Escoffier. So this is why I said I'm thinking that maybe I'll pull Venitza, maybe not. It kind of depends on how well she interacts with like the kind of freeze teams I'm thinking of. Because for freeze teams, I now have Loan, Ayaka, and Chaska, so yeah. Then Loan. So Loan has the highest CV piece on my account. Loan's doing well. Loan's eating well. He's actually super fun. I actually really, really like playing with him. He's on a bit of a horrendous ratio, but part of that is because I had to put him on a deathmatch. I don't have crit. I don't have that many good pole arms, and I didn't want to take Candace off the Staff of Foma because Loan doesn't in any way benefit from the HP. So yeah, and the day I take Zhao off the Primordial Jade Wing is never. I will use a Primordial Jade Wing for another character when Zhao is C0R5. And then Sundrone, obviously new one. I've got her on Tidal Shadow. I am not pulling for her weapon. I've got hopes for Snezhnaya Craftable. And then I've got her on the new set. So my Sundrone build is nothing special, as she's not very good, but she works, and I put some actual thought into actually leveling talents this time, which is something I never really do, so good on me. Then Chaska hasn't really had any changes, Mizuki hasn't had any changes, Ito hasn't had any changes. Zabai is still the GOAT. Like, look at this. Part of this is because anytime I pull a defense scaling character, I usually pull their weapon. Because the game refuses to give us free defense scaling weapons. And now comes Linnea. So I pulled her. So Linnea, I got her C1 at 2 pity. And then I started spending my Sundrone saving funds. Because I got her C2, I got her weapon, but she is so good. She is so good. She's on Husk, 2,800 attack, 48 over 241. I love this character so much. She's so much fun. Then Columbina. I'm still debating, so I have her on Prototype Armor right now. Every once in a while I put her on Dawning Frost. It kind of depends on whether I have another healer in the team. Because if I don't, I will just use a different thing. Novelette still has his weapon from that time I lost on the Bicep weapon banner. I think I don't think I'm ever going to play Novelette properly. It is a bit of a waste. I might start leveling him for other things, but yeah, no. And then, yeah, that's kind of, we added a Mavuika. So I didn't really do anything special with Mavuika. She's there for Mualani and Chaska as a support. I've got her on a talking stick. I've got her on Codex at the moment, but sometimes I switch her to Scroll. So she's on Codex with Chaska, on Scroll with Mualani. And her talents, I prioritized her burst a lot, just because it's helpful. I do need to level her skill further. It's not a priority right now because I don't really have the necessity. So let's chat about a couple of fun achievements. So first of all, let's look at abysses and past abyss teams. So I did do a couple of things. But yeah. So for Abyss, we got. Yeah, I was just choosing around. So, where is this? So this was my Zabai Abyss. So this was horrendous. This was the freeze one. I just couldn't get past the first boss. But since then, 36 throughout. So we got 313k with Zabai. Then we got 318k with Chaska. And then we got 274 with Zabai. And this is kind of what's been happening. Emily has been such an MVP on the account. But my Emily build hasn't changed since about the time I got her. Next comes something I'm really excited about. So in Imaginarium Theatre, I actually managed it this season, but for the first time, I got 10 bosses cleared with all of the stars. Which has been so difficult on my account because my artifact quality is so bad. But yeah, if we look, I'm not gonna attempt the Lunar Archaeum anytime soon. I don't have the carries for it. But let's just see. So we did 10. Obviously you can't see the top hit, but so this is when I borrowed somebody's Nicole, and I did a clear visionary mode. Then there was the melt one with Geo where I got 7 stars. There was one where I did Act 10 of visionary mode, but I only got 6 stars. That was the Bloom one. This is where I borrowed a Mavuika and then just cheesed around with Geo stuff. And then there was the Geo one, where my characters weren't quite leveled yet. But like Geo and Cryo and Hydro is kind of ideal for my account. So yeah, so we're moving between visionary mode and hard mode throughout the theaters. It's becoming a little better. But there's still a long way to go. Like I still haven't like cleared, if we look at performance preps. I'm nowhere near visionary lunar mode yet. It's just not there yet. I don't have the teams to do the 4th boss fight. But we'll get there. The trick will be when I get to a point where I can feel like I can use my own characters instead of the trial characters more. And I think then it's going to be fine. But now the thing I'm most excited about, Stygian Onslaught has become my favorite end mode. It's really variable how well I do. Like it is completely random. But boy is it fun. It is so much fun. So yeah, if we look at the kind of Stygian reviews. So yeah, so we had this one. This was the last time I adjusted hard mode. Then we had the first one with C2 Linnea. Highest hit there was a 276 with Zabai. Then we had the last one where Chaska actually outdid Zabai with 220. And then we had this one where Zabai hit 550. Sandrone hit 317. And Mavuika hit 320 just on the burst. Like, Stygian is kind of my favorite way to test characters because you don't have the like lunar bonuses. But yeah, it's good. So yeah, this has kind of been what's happened. Regarding the quest log, I've always been very lore player heavy, but I just haven't been having the time to play quests, so I actually haven't finished the Archon quest, and I haven't done Sandrone's event yet. But yeah, this is kind of the state of the account. Linnea is definitely somebody I'm going to continue pulling. I wish I had the Primos. If I hadn't gotten C2 Linnea, I would have had the Primos to get Mizuki to R2. Technically, I could try this right now, but that would kind of jeopardize my Odette. Because at the moment, so I did cheese around a little bit on C-Tween's Chronicles, trying to like get C-Tween. And what happened there, once the history actually loads here, the game has obviously crashed, is I got a C1 Chlorant instead. My Chlorant is actually eating well, but we hope. So yeah, stay tuned for what the future brings. I think we're gonna have a great time in Snezhnaya. Absolutely. So yeah, so this is Chronicled finally loading. I have a random Chlorant in there, which is I tried to get C1 C-Tween, believe me. I hope that in the next Temper Journey, they will just give us the new characters. So speaking of Tempered Journey, the characters I chose this time around where I got C2 Arataki Ito. That was the first one. Then I got C1 Shenhe. I got C1 Klee, which is a character I don't really use except when there's like fun burning content, but it is so worth it. I love Klee. I love her so much. My Klee is on a very basic Crimson Witch build with Mapamare, which is technically... So let me show you something. So the reason she is on Crimson Witch on Mapamare is because Witze gets 50% crit damage. So if I do this, Miko's EM gets fixed, but her crit damage drops, to 177. So we're just not doing that for now. And then the last person I got on the constellation picker was actually Miko. So yeah, drop your questions below on what will happen with Snezhnaya. Drop your suggestions. I'm just happy to continue playing still little teams and to play for lore and exploration.